Hey, it's Trey here, coming at you live from Washington, D.C. And we're here at a special exhibit. State fairs of the country, how about that? At the Renwick Gallery here in D.C. Very great things in there to see. Join me, why don't you? And starting off here with the booth here from the Texas State Fair, ironically enough. State Fairs of the United States. Very interesting collection here we're going to visit. Big Tex. Here's info here from Dallas, Texas, and here's one of his booths right there, representing the state of Texas State Fair. One of the best state fairs and one of the longest running and been around. Remember, Gallery, of course, is a National Historic Landmark. Howdy, folks. Yes, coming on in, looking very nice. State Fairs, Texas. This is a purse here. Believe it or not, they're made up of different objects, like a domino and a candy cane and candies and other plastic assortments there. Interesting design. Here's a State Fair quilt. Kind of the midway of the State Fair is coming up there with the Ferris wheel and the tilt-a-whirl and what have you. And this is very interesting prize winning, by the way. This is a hot dog from the Arizona State Fair. You see right there. There's information on it right quick. You can pause the video to read that if you like. And next to it is a corn dog display from Michigan State Fair. Indianapolis, Indiana State Fair. Look at the corn dog. Doesn't that look yummy? If it wasn't fake, I'd eat it. And this is Ode to William and Tyler. Kind of a American Gothic type of ish painting there, or a quilt actually. Very interesting there as well. This quilt here is from the Iowa State Fair. It's made up of ribbons. One of the Iowa State Fair make up that big quilt there, you see. And moving on, this is a hair quilt. Human hair. That's all I can say about that. That's what it's made out of. So if you like that, that's another very interesting piece here. It's an award winner, by the way, as well. And so we have now, this is Crafts Country Roots. See what that's all about? Definitely something at the fairs of the United States. This is a quilt here, of course, just named Quilt 1903. Nice designs, very pretty. Kind of a brownish color, kind of brownish tint to it. Different designs and markings on it. Like father, like son. But this is interesting as well. 1967. See, there is the date of the overalls and the jean shirt there. Jean and overalls as well. This is Pioneer Quilt here. Very nice. Shows the pioneer spirit, I guess you could say. And very pretty as well. This is the New Hampshire State Fair. This is from 1882. Believe it or not, all that's from 1882 inside there. Ticket. Photography encouraged. Hey, we'd like to see that. And I'm certainly taking advantage of that. And this is a dress made out of butter containers. Yes, you see right there. All those are butter containers. A Century of Progress in this quilt right here. And this shows Century of Progress from 1933 and how much has been up to that point. This is Alice Ray, A Tree of Life. You see the birds there on the tree, the different type of birds there on the Tree of Life, and the different designs on there as well, from lower to higher along the quilt. 41 fair years. This is from the New Mexico State Fair. This is also similar to the one we saw earlier, with the ribbons and the things won from the New Mexico State Fair quilted into the quilt. You see that they're close enough and closer. This is a medallion quilt here. You see right there from Bertha Neilden. And let's see here. We can see that. I'm a little bit too slow on this, but there we go. Now we're moving. Isn't that pretty? Design in the center. And a little square, different color squares, kind of a dark feature there. In some of the coloring, but it's very nice. It's very warm. Deborah Zelter from Iowa City, Iowa, has this display right here. and just a pair of shoes. She made these shoes and they won an award. Those are very nice, by the way. And also we have this one right here. This is from the New Mexico State Fair, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Nice design, kind of an Indian type of a design there. This is also a nice quilt there with a good explosive color design there with a star in the center. Very nice as well. Wish you got a close-up on these information so I can read them better, but we will do what we have to do here. Nice squares there made of that pillow there. That quilt, I should say, not the pillow, but the quilt. Okay. This is interesting. This is a lamp there you see, and the heat from the lamp is supposed to go up there through the tube and turn the broom. How I'm supposed to do that, I don't know. But it's supposed to turn that broom and make that little area under the broom there the cleanest portion in the whole museum. But don't see it working now, so I trust it worked sometime in the past. Mary Elizabeth Shelby. This quilt here, this is very nice. Again, as well with the designs, which is an award winner also from the state fairs. And this is an interesting room here with little mannequins and decoys, and birds and fish hanging up from the ceiling. Moving on through there is pretty interesting, kind of a sea life. And the lighting gives it kind of a sea life appearance as well. This is heartbreaking right here. I don't mean to bring it down to a sad note, but it is. This is a quilt made by battered women in prison. And their stories there of heartbreak. You see it up close with the eyeball in the jail and the tears coming down from it. There's some of the ladies that were in jail or may still be in prison and how long time they were serving. So I can't imagine what they have been through, and some of the things they quilted into this quilt. Some of the squares have been some of their experiences. Just leave me alone, that one right there says, and trying to run away, trying to get away from bad situations there. I can't imagine what that's like. I'm so sorry. What they had to go through. It's a broken heart there. Broken heart. See, I was not even safe in custody. That one right there says. I just can't imagine. Great Lakes African American Quilters Network. Here we go, right there, up in the northern part of the country. Very nice as well. With the squares there, the red squares there as well. Now this is, I'm a weather nerd, so I had to show this one. This is the temperature quilt. This lady that did this quilt stitched a row every day of the year that went according to the high temperature of the day. Of course, the warmer parts of the year were red, and the cooler parts of the year are blue and green. Another good quilt here, very nicely done with the squares in the middle here. This is crop art. This is interesting right here. This is a crop art done of different celebrities. You got Prince there, and Dolly Parton, and Rosie O'Donnell, Willie Nelson. I see right there. And some of the others there. Princess Diana, I believe that's her. And whoa, here we go now. I don't know what happened there, but there's Andy Warhol. And Lucille Ball. There's Lucille Ball and Elvis. And here's some presidents of crop art as well. You got Lin-Manuel. He's not a president, but he's in this display. But down below, Abraham Lincoln, Richard Nixon, Barack Obama, George Washington, you see there. And moving on through the rest of the display there. And we in the gift shop, but we're not exiting as of yet. The gift shop was on the first floor, so kind of going through here right quick. Some of the things they offer and see for sale. Of course, you got dolls, you got all kind of shirts, you got good stuff here. Moving up to the second floor now, and this is a tractor that's been decorated with all kind of ornaments here. This was also a winner of one of the state fairs. I can't remember which one it was exactly, but this is one of the state fair originals there. This is a Navajo. I believe it's Indian Navajo dressing there. And look at that. That's very, very pretty. Very pretty. And this is the same as well, from what I understand. It's a State Fair winner, Choctaw Indian tribe. And we see the Navajo crown there. Now that's pretty right there. That is gorgeous, Miss Navajo. Very nice. And check this out. This is the butter cow. Yes, it is a cow, life-size cow made out of butter. Of course, there's some steel in there to keep it in shape, but the majority of it is made out of butter and kept cool in this refrigerated container here. Make sure the butter does not melt, but it's made of butter. 34 degrees, a little bit chilly. It has to be to keep that butter from melting. And very interesting, there's the udder side of it and the tail, which is very detailed. Here's a bunch of canned goods, jellies, canned vegetables, canned fruits from different state fairs. I believe it's from the Iowa State Fair, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. And this is just canned food in this pyramid. As we walk all around it, it's very, very interesting, of course. And amazing how stuff can be canned like that. I remember my grandmother used to can stuff and put it away for a later date. It reminds me of her. And here's the homecoming display. Giddy up. All right. Yes, there he is. It's Big Tex from the Texas State Fair. Here's some uniform from the Texas State Fair as well. It's called Giddy Up. I like that. And very nice. Okay, that was it. Washington, D.C., not Texas, but the State Fair Museum. My state fairs from around the country. Hope you enjoyed it.